first Sunday of school, the first Sunday in school, we had moved in and all of those things, and we didn't go to church. We were just there. We even went to watch movie and all those things. We were just playing, and it was just. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Okay, so happy new year guys. This is my first video of the year and I'm so excited, and I'm so excited also to be talking about this particular topic today. It's my first faith-based content. It's my first faith-based content. As you all know, my name is Adebayo Esther. If you're new here, I film about fashion, faith and creative tools to help you get better. Okay, so today's topic is very interesting, right? Something that hold dear to my heart. I've been wanting to do this I've always wanted to do this, right? And I feel so glad that I'm doing it. So let's jump right into the main gist. Okay, so I got saved when I was 16, right? I accepted Christ when I was 16, and it was just so amazing, right? And I got into the university when I was 16, and that was how it happened, right? Immediately after I finished secondary education, right? And I attended the University of Lagos. And one thing that makes me laugh the most is the fact that whenever you mention University of Lagos as a lady, University of Lagos, Nigeria, as a lady, the normal tag will be the usual tag will be that very careful, though, you cannot trust all these girls and all those things. But here I am today talking about my story in school. So this is how it started. Backstory: a Christian. I've always been a Christian, church goer, let me just put it that way, right? I would always follow my parents to church every Sunday. It would always be like I always followed my parents to church when I was growing up, and the only thing I just wanted to do was to go to church and go back home. It was just a thing for me, right? Every Sunday, wake up, go to church during the week, go to church, come back home and play. It wasn't like I was just reading. I wasn't even reading my Bible, but I knew that okay, sometimes I would go to church and really love what was going on, but when I come back home, it was just there. Like there was nothing, like it was nothing for me, right? And the only thing I remember is that every Sunday when I'm going to church with my parents, they would always say that I don't have anything to give you. The only thing I have to give you and way to show you is this Jesus way, right? And it will benefit you if you follow it. They were not necessarily preaching to us, like my siblings and I. They were not necessarily telling us about the good news. They were just like extending their faith to us, but they were not necessarily preaching to us. And so it was like whenever they start talking like that, we're like you started, okay, when you're done right? And so that was how it kept on going, right? So I got into school. I was very young. I was almost like the smallest in my set, right? Even in secondary school I was smallest one. So I got into school. It was a new environment for me. It was a new environment for me, opened my eyes to a lot, right? And so I just had to, cope. So if you attended the University of Lagos, you would know that everybody doesn't get a best space in school, right? So I couldn't get a best space in school for the 4 years that I stayed in school. And it was just so amazing, I would say, right? And I felt like that was a blessing for me. Now this is the point where I had to talk about how I got saved, the church I attended and all of those things, and my friend comes into the discussion, right? So my friend also got an admission the same time I got an admission, right? So we're always calling each other, and she got a place to stay outside school and I didn't even get a place. And she was like, you coming all the way from your house down to school is going to be very stressful every day. You didn't get and getting a best place outside school right now is also stressful. So why not come to where I'm staying so that both of us can stay together, we can read together, do everything together. Girls now, So I told my parents and we were excited, right? She's a parents. My parents were excited because our parents are pastors. They were not excited because they were not excited for any other thing, right? They were just secure that, okay, she's not a bad girl. fine, she's not a bad girl actually. And so she helped me, and then I moved into the house. It wasn't an apartment, it was a house. Like, I had my space in the house, and it was just so beautiful. And so the first Sunday of school, the first Sunday in school, I mean, we had moved in and all of those things, and we didn't go to church. We were just there. We even went to watch movie and all those things. We were just playing, and it was just normal, right? And during the week, a woman in the house asked if we wanted to go to church, and that she knows a place that we really love as young ladies. And so we're like, let's try it out. Normally, personally, I was just like, well, let's just go. So it's not as if we're not going to church, it's just Sunday, right? And so I went to church the next Sunday. It was amazing. For the next 2 Sundays I attended this service, I was sleeping when the pastor was preaching, right? I kept sleeping. I didn't know what happened, but then I was always making up my mind that I'm going to buy sweets, I'm going to buy chewing gum, so that I can be chewing something that won't make me sleep. But it didn't work. Right? So moving on, I went about 4 Sundays. Was it 4 Sundays or 3 Sundays? And that was how it just happened. And a lady, I'm going to say a lady, she's the mother of 2. She might be watching this video. I'm sorry for saying a lady, but you are a lady, right? So she approached me and spoke to me about Christ. I had been hearing about Christ all my life. I've been attending church ever since I was a kid. No one explained the gospel to me in this manner, right? So she talked to me about God's love, talked to me about salvation, talked to me about eternity, talked to me about eternal love, talked to me about, she preached to me. Like, that was everything she did, right? That was what she did, and it was just so amazing. And then she asked me if I was born again, if I was saved, if I was a Christian, and then I said yes. And then she asked, am I sure? And then I thought about the fact that no one had explained this thing to me this way, and no one had told me about giving my life to Christ, or no one had told me about accepting the gift of salvation and all of those things, right? And I just figured that I couldn't even form at this point. What I needed was Jesus, and I was about to actually pretend like I don't know, but I do not know. I want to believe this was the Holy Spirit, so the work of the Holy Spirit. I want to believe that this was the work of the Holy Spirit. I do not know what happened. All of a sudden, I told her that yes, I was ready, right? And she just made me say some confessions out loud and prayed with me. And what made sense the most was the fact that she followed up, like she was always coming to pray with me, always explaining things to me. If I had questions, I would reach out to her, and it was just so beautiful. My friend on the other hand got saved also. Like, I think she was saved even before we came into the church. Was it before or after? She was saved, right? So she was also saved, right? And we kept going to the church, and this is the part where I talk about growth. For me, I think that spiritual growth is a process, right? You can't grow on your own. Nobody grows in isolation. And always going to church, always attending services, praying, it just helped me grow. And then I started to meet friends, like minds. I started to meet friends, and it was so weird in school that like so many activities that would normally entice me stopped enticing me. So many activities that would normally interest me were just became normal to me. Now, this is the fact I talk about things, sleeping around, doing all sorts. I wasn't necessarily the kind of person to do all that even before I got saved. But I felt like being the kind of gentle, being the kind of cool, trying to be the only kind of person is what makes you saved. Is what qualifies me to be a Christian. Is what qualifies me as a child of God. But that was just me projecting works, right? That was just me trying to say that I can save myself, and I'm not capable of saving myself. I'm not capable of saving myself, right? And so I thought the fact that I didn't go to parties, the fact that I wasn't the outgoing, always doing so many things, always telling lies, always stealing, and those things, I thought that those things were those things were what qualifies me as a child of God or as a Christian, right? And what actually qualifies as a child of God is the fact that you've accepted this salvation, this gift of salvation that God has given unto us. And so it was just so beautiful. And did I actually face some challenges even after giving my life to Christ? Yes, I did. And what kept me going was the fact that God is here with me. God is always with me. And so in the process, I kept learning about trusting God, learning about faith, learning about depending on God alone, learning about so many things. And it was just so beautiful that I was also able to extend it to some of my friends, to my friends around me. And it was just so cute. And some of the things that would naturally get my attention, even when I was about leaving school, didn't just make meaning. What just made meaning to me was the fact that I really want to live my life for Christ, and I'm always glad when I had to talk about it. Right, so this is basically the end of my salvation story. Very simple, but I know that I hope that it blesses you and you're able to subscribe to my channel, right? Share this video if you want to, and if you really want to talk to me about this that we just talked about, if you want to talk to me about the topic, or you have something that you're dealing with, you can send me a mail, right? I dropped the details in the description box. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching this far. My name is Heyyyyy. You can call me Tammy. Bye for now.